Welcome to this episode of the Sports Detective Podcast Show. My name is James Williams, and today might be the worst day in Dallas Mavericks history. I'm recording this an hour or so after Luka Doncic dropped 45 points in his return to Dallas on Wednesday night. The reason we're doing an instant reaction video like this, which is something we never do, is because I think this is one of the more legendary, unique games in NBA history. And I also think it's probably, like I said at the top, maybe the worst day possible in Dallas Mavericks history. And that's not just because Luka Doncic had an amazing night, scored 31 in the first half. It's not just because of the crowd's reaction. ESPN dropped this article today about the Dallas Mavericks and their franchise and their ownership. And we'll go ahead and show you some of that stuff here in a little bit. But I just think it's so unique that Luka returns to Dallas. He received a standing ovation when he got checked out of the game late. There was repeated MVP chants when he was shooting free throws during the game. There was also repeated fire Nico chants throughout the game. When Luka scored points, he was getting louder applause than the Dallas Mavericks players were getting. Again, this is a home game for the Dallas Mavericks. It was a completely packed house, and we're gonna show you some stats from the game. I'm gonna show you guys Luka's emotional reaction as he was crying before the game. He was crying after the game. He had to wipe away tears. I found it very emotional myself watching Luka. I'm also going to show you a quote that Jason Kidd had before the game, comparing the Luka Doncic trade to the Babe Ruth trade, which is considered one of the worst trades in all of sports history, team sports history. So it's just, and again, there's some nasty things going on with the Dallas Mavericks ownership group where they were trying to profit off this game in kind of like a sleazy way. There's also in the ESPN report today, the Dallas Mavericks, because of the Luka Doncic trade, are probably going to be losing hundreds of millions of dollars over the next several years. So anyway, let's just go ahead right now and get into it. I will point out here with some of these videos, I'll just be talking over them because some of these are ESPN videos and the way the NBA copyrights their games. I just can't, play the audio, but we can kind of just look at some of the reactions here. We have pictures too for some of these, but this is Luka. He had a tribute video. Oh, this is another thing that happened today. They handed out T-shirts in his with the words, as you can see on the screen, in his native language that say "Thank you for everything." Here's another picture of that. It was really emotional. They showed just behind the scenes stuff of them practicing and stuff all the way from his rookie year. And you can obviously see here, if you can kind of, if the picture is good, his eyes are clearly just watering and red. We're just going to show you a bunch of reactions here. I will always feel for Mavs fans. Might be the greatest betrayal of a fan base ever. Kevin Connor quote tweets that. It's unforgivable. Here's a Lakers fan there wearing a Nico Harrison jersey. Again, as you can see here, Luka clearly emotional, wiping away tears. And this is a quote tweet from Trae Young. I thought about this when Trae Young tweeted this. He says he was never going to leave. But I also thought about this. The Dallas Mavericks gave up on Luka Doncic before the Hawks gave up on Trae Young. Isn't that just insane? Now, that's probably for reasons, for specific reasons. The Hawks probably can't get rid of Trae Young because no one probably wants to trade for him. That would get fair value. Here's a stat in the first half, guys. I'm going to zoom out here for a little bit if I can. From the first half, Luka, 31 points. Anthony Davis, 4. Thanks, Nico. Anthony Davis, I guess we'll show it later, ended up Shea Serrano. 100 years could pass and it will still be absolutely insane that the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic. And I also want to know about Dallas Mavericks fans, if you haven't rage quitted this video yet. I know you'd be mad if they trade Luka no matter what, right? But is it almost worse the fact that they didn't shop him around the NBA and then you didn't get to get your full return on investment for Luka Doncic. I kind of want to know that about Dallas Mavericks fans. If there's any Mavericks fans listening, please leave in the chat your thoughts on that. You can see here clearly a bunch of Mavericks fans. I maybe Lakers fans. Is that a Lakers or Mavericks jersey? Can I zoom in and find out? It's a Mavericks jersey. They say fire Nico in that picture there. For gentlemen that are probably very intoxicated. This is a meme. Don't tease Nico or we'll get really, really mad. That's a fan of conduct thing that's brought up in every NBA game. If you ever went to an NBA game, they always have the, hey, no inappropriate behavior and blah, 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 blah. We'll zoom out a little bit more. Okay, what do we got here? What do I got here? The whole arena is chanting Luka as he drops 45 points. LeBron and Reeves are loving it. They're egging it on. His whole teams are egging it on. I would play that one, but I listened to the audio. The audio was not good on that one. Again, summary between the two players tonight. Luka had 45, 8, and 6. Anthony Davis had 13, 11, and 6. That was another thing. Excuse me. That was another thing with Luka tonight, too, was like, you were watching him in the first half and you kind of thought, like, is he going to be a little like frazzled with this energy in the arena? If anything, and I don't know if it's the Lakers connection, but he was kind of like Kobe-ish in the first half where he was like, I'll take this contestant jumper. Like, you guys are doubling me. I'll go ahead and just fire it up. He was just kind of taking shots where you're like, I don't know if that's a good shot, but they kept going in because he's a generational prospect. He's like that's the thing too. It's like Luka, despite all of his flaws, he's a prodigy. This guy was playing pro basketball when he was 13. He's a legit prodigy. Is he? Are you a little concerned when you look back at 2000? 18, 19 Luka, and he's definitely got a lot more ups back then. He was definitely a little bit more, traditionally, let's say, athletic, and he's kind of turned into more of a slow-mo, wider type of player. Yeah, but I mean, dude, he can still, like last year, guys, I think he should have won MVP last year. I really think he should have won MVP last year. Now I might have bet on him to win MVP, and then he didn't. So maybe that's why I think he should have won it, but I'll let my bias. Oh, here's the J Kidd quote. I'll go ahead and because I believe I bookmarked the original tweet from the reporter that that posted. So we'll wait and talk about that then. So yeah, you can see here, this is the White Lotus meme. I thought that was funny. It was a good Photoshop. How about this one? Hey, Nico. As you can see, there's a sticker of Nico in a urinal. Here it is. This is a reporter from Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know if the app or the publication he works for. I asked Mavs coach Jason Kidd to address Mavs fans who feel like there is no hope without Luka. I could not believe his answer. Trades happen. Some are comparing it to Babe Ruth, which is kind of cool. Now, I listened to the audio of that quote there. Kidd is really monotone. I don't know if he's doing some trolling. I don't know if he is doing some sort of I don't know if he's doing like something where it is a kind of like a shot at the Mavericks where he's like, hey, I don't want to coach this team without Luka. Everyone keeps saying like, oh my God, you just look at the guys up and down this roster, man. This team can compete. No, they can't. They're not going to win another playoff series for the next 5 years at a minimum with this current roster. They're just not. Kyrie Irving's going to be out the whole next year, guys. I think Anthony Davis would be stupid not to ask out this summer. I think it would be stupid for him not to ask out. Yeah, and again, too, the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth, and then that, if you believe in sports curses, curse their franchise for the next, 80 years or something like that. And then they finally broke the curse in 2004, and then have won a few World Series since. But again, one of the worst trades in NBA history, in sports history is Babe Ruth. This Luka Doncic trade is just going to go down like that. I'm sorry, it is. It just is. It's really, really, really sad. So you can see here, this is what I was talking about with the report. Team sources told ESPN that the Mavs had also lined up lucrative sponsorship deals for Wednesday's game with multiple companies that Doncic endorses, but those deals fell apart after Doncic's camps declined giving its give its blessing, pointedly noting that he now plays that I won't press show more, that he now plays for the Lakers is how that quote ends. Those slime bags, those dunces, those idiots that run the Dallas Mavericks are trying to profit off of Luka's return. And Luka is like, no, screw you guys. Screw you. Screw you. Low stuff from these people. They don't care. They don't care about emotions. They don't care about the team. These guys know nothing about basketball. Another quote from an anonymous source in that ESPN article was Patrick Dumont knows nothing about basketball. Nothing was the quote. Okay. Look at this one here. I thought this one was funny. Luka Doncic drops season high 45 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 7 made threes as Lakers get the 112-97 win over the Mavericks in his return to Dallas. Hasta la vista, Nico. You can see him kicking there. I thought that was funny. This is my last one. I think this might be my last one. Yeah, it's my last one. Some interesting signs at the American Airlines Center tonight. Nico, you are my 13th reason. I will not explain what that one means, guys. If you watch the TV show, you know that is a dark humor type of sign. But man, legendary night in NBA history. Hey man, I want, this is my message to Mavericks fans if you're still listening. I want the fire Nico chance to turn into sell the team chance. I want it to turn into sell the team chance. Because firing Nico is not going to do anything. Like, it's going to get, you're going to maybe feel some vengeance from it. But at the end of the day, you still have these morons, these dunces, these schmucks that bought the Dallas Mavericks from Mark Cuban. By the way, Mark Cuban, you are not blameless in this at all. You sold the team to these schmucks. Also, by the way, Mark Cuban came out the other day and was like crying and going like, I lost millions of dollars owning the Dallas Mavericks. We made big money most of my years owning the team. I'm just going to wipe away my tears because I'm still a billionaire. That I sold the team for billions of dollars and it was an appreciating asset for multiple decades. And then I was an idiot that sold it to schmucks way undervalued. I think he sold it for like $3 million. By the way, Dallas was like the 5th or 6th biggest market in the NBA. The Celtics just sold for $6+ billion. I don't know, maybe Mr. Shark Tank ain't the best business guy out there. Just because he got a TV show about it doesn't mean you're the smartest business guy out there. But yeah, man, start turning these chants into sell the team chants. The last note I'll have, and this is just a basketball note here to finish it out, and it's about the Lakers, because I was thinking about this, and it really, I don't know why it only clicked. It's obvious, but I'm going to state the obvious. The Lakers have been playing this small ball brand of basketball, and this isn't the first time you've been watching LeBron teams over the last like 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, where they've tried to do like LeBron at center, and it kind of has diminishing returns. The offense can be productive at times, but the defense a lot of times can really be lacking. And is the defense, 100% like amazing with this new small ball lineup? No, but I actually think it's passable for them to play small ball in crunch time with this 5-man lineup that they have, mostly because of LeBron at center. And JJ Redick, when he said it maybe a month or so ago, LeBron was playing at an all defense type of level. He wasn't lying. And I think it's because of the Luka Doncic trade and the emergence of Austin Reeves, where if you actually just watched him in the fourth quarter, I mean, he started handling the ball a little bit in the fourth quarter tonight, but it's basically they're like, hey, Austin Reeves and Luka are going to run the offense. You literally just play center. You just play center. You go ahead and you crash boards, because at one point they had Gafford and Davis out there. LeBron's boxing out both of them. Even if he's not getting the rebound, he's still like just boxing out Gafford with tremendous efficiency. And it got to a point where the Dallas Mavericks had to be like, hey, we can't compete with the small ball lineup, which, by the way, all the people that are like, oh my God, the Dallas Mavericks has so much size, going to be such a problem. It's like, well, the Lakers forced them to play small tonight. So I don't know if this big lineup, I think it can win in some matchups, but I don't think it's going to win in every matchup. But it's just interesting that LeBron is able to, and he's fine with just focusing on defense and rebounding for stretches of the game. And it's not even just defensive rebounding, it's also offensive rebounding, where he's helping getting second chance, shots. And then there's also the time too where it's like he can then be guarded by a center on another team like he was tonight, where every time he got Gafford or Lively into a switch, he was like barbecue chicken, baby. And LeBron was amazing in the fourth quarter. But Luka, amazing overall. Just a little bit of a thing. The other thing I said had is a little bit of a problem in the playoffs for them could be when they probably going to be relying on DFS and Jared Vanderbilt a little bit too much. That could be scary because DFS, it felt like he missed like 15 threes tonight. I think he was like 1 for 7 or 1 for 8 or something. But that could be a little challenging if they go cold in the playoffs, and because they need those guys for small ball lineups. They just need them. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video here today. Again, if you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave comments, because I would like to do more instant reaction videos on games like this. And I know a lot of games won't be as eventful at this, but we are getting to the playoffs here shortly. So I would love to. I'd love to do more stuff like this, but I have never wanted to do it because I don't know how many views we're gonna get. I don't know how much traction we're gonna get on these videos. So even if we don't get much views, I would like the support with the likes and the subscriptions and the comments if you haven't done so already, because then I know that these videos work and they're good and you guys enjoy them. So thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you next time.